Performing analysis involves looking to the data in order to gain insights. These insights can come in three forms: improving decision making, improving operations, and monetization of data. BIS can provide you with information which can improve decision making, a full, better picture of your customers, as well as identifying trends. Understanding who and where your customers are, as well as their typical behavior, are all insights that can be gleaned from analyzing data. Your options to analyze are limited only by your creativity. One such example is an RFM analysis, which can help you to understand which customers to target for advertisements. RFM analysis involves rating each customer based on how recently they purchased, how often they purchased, and how much they spend when they purchase. By providing a score for each of these, you can have a better idea of who to target for promotions. Another form of analysis that is becoming popular, especially in the task of identifying trends, is the use of neural networks and machine learning to make sense of the data. So what are neural networks? Neural networks are algorithms that attempt to replicate the way humans learn. There are multiple types of neural networks, and while their inner workings are beyond the scope of our class, these are what are used to teach cars how to drive or teach computers to identify people or objects in a photo. One example of using neural networks to gather and identify data can be seen in a Microsoft patent filed in 2011 entitled Content Distribution Regulation by Viewing User. This patent, filed in connection with the release of Kinect, suggested using neural networks to determine the age and number of people in the room, with the idea of charging more for content, such as movies, when more people were present. It also suggested tracking such things as background music and products which may be present, such as a bag of Doritos, in order to gather more information about the customer. While there has been no evidence Microsoft has actually implemented this patent, it stands as an example of what data neural networks can gather. It should be noted that inputs given to a neural network greatly affect the output it provides. One such example of using neural networks is IBM's Watson. Designed initially as a system for answering questions posed in natural language, it became famous for playing Jeopardy! A little known fact about Watson, however, is that in an attempt to make it sound more human, researchers tried feeding the entire Urban Dictionary to Watson. The result, as many of you can imagine, was Watson being unable to distinguish between polite language and profanity, spouting flippant and racially charged responses to questions. Ultimately, the researchers ended up wiping the Urban Dictionary from Watson's memory. Neural networks can be very powerful in identifying and recognizing patterns, but they often become a black box, which means that even though they may be used to identify patterns and make predictions, they may not be able to provide the exact decision-making process.